Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Dr. Rabia, Assistant Professor of Botany at University of Education, Lahore. I am also the co-teacher of subject Plant Anatomy, Systematics and Developments. The subject code is BOTN 1112. Today I am going to deliver lecture number 34, that is about characteristics of wood. In this lecture I will tell you about definition of wood, physical characteristics of wood, composition of wood, ring porous and diffuse porous wood, hardwood and sapwood, hardwood and softwood, and about the annual rings. Let's start with the definition of wood. In higher plants, trees and shrubs, wood is considered as the hardest, tough and fibrous material or substance. It means wood is the hardest substance present in the plant. It is also called as the secondary xylem. The basic structure of wood. Basically, the wood is made up of cells of various shapes and sizes that firmly grown together. In dry wood, these cells may be empty or partly filled with gums, resins, or other deposits. Sometimes the cells are elongated as compared to the other cells, and these elongated cells are called the fibers of the wood. The length of the fibers may vary within one tree and from one species to another. So we can say that fibers are the elongated cells of the wood, that their length vary within one tree or they may be vary from one species to another. Fibers are shorter on the average in hardwoods than in the softwoods. Physical characteristics of wood. It is highly versatile. It is relatively light in weight, yet has good strength in both tension and compression. It also provides rigidity, toughness, and insulating properties. It can be bent or twisted into special shapes. In this diagram, I am showing you the wood of the walnut tree that comprised on fibers, tracheids, parenchyma cells, vessel elements, and the ray cells. And we can clearly see that fibers are the most elongated cells of the wood. Composition of wood. The main constituent of wood is cellulose, which accounts for up to 70% by weight of dry wood substance. So the major component of the wood is cellulose. The alpha cellulose, which is the constituent of major importance in the making of paper. The second major component is the lignin. The main cementing action that bonds cell together and imparts rigidity to the cell is provided by lignin. So the basic function of the lignin is to provide the rigidity to the wood cells. A wood contains about 18 to 28% of lignin. In the diagram, you can clearly see that the wood composed of cellulose and the lignin. There are, in addition to lignin and cellulose, there are certain minerals present in the wood that can be recovered as ash. So the mineral present in the wood can be recovered in the form of ash when wood is burned, and about 1% of ash is present in wood. These three constituents form the essential dry wood substances. What are these three components? These are the cellulose, lignin and the ash. In addition to these, the wood may also contain substantial amount of water and certain chemical compounds that may be extracted from the wood by solvents of various kinds. The chemical compounds that are present in the wood are tannins, starch, oil, waxes and resins, which may contribute color, taste and odor as well as resistance to decay to the wood. So, if we talk about the composition of the wood, then we will come to know that the wood is composed of majorly cellulose, lignin, ash components, few water components and the certain chemical compounds like tannins, starch, oils, waxes and resins. Ring porous and the diffuse porous wood. In ring porous trees or wood, the vessels at the start of the growing season are much larger than vessels at the end of the seasons. Its mean in the ring porous wood, the vessels does not remain same throughout the year in diameter. But in diffuse porous trees or wood, vessels are of the same diameter throughout the season. Larger vessel size permit more rapid conduction of water because the rate of conduction varies with the fourth power of the radius of the vessel lumen. Most ring porous trees are found in the north temperate areas of the world. In a number of species, the vessels become occluded by cellular ingrowth from surrounding living cells. In this diagram, you can clearly see the difference between the ring porous wood and the diffuse porous wood. In rust species, for example, you can see that the ring porous wood contain two types of vessels, the vessels of the large diameter and the vessels of the small diameter. But in diffuse porous wood, you can clearly see that the diameter of the vessels remain constant throughout the year. The wood produced by angiosperm is called the porous wood. It means that in angiosperm the porous wood is present. It is composed of many vessels and also called the hardwood. So the wood of the angiosperm is the hardwood. Why? Because it contains many vessels. While on the other hand, wood produced by the gymnosperm is called non-porous wood. So the gymnosperms have the non-porous wood. It is the wood without pores or vessels and is called the softwood. So the basic difference between the hardwood and the softwood is that the hardwood contain the pores and the vessels, while the softwood are without pores or the without vessels and they are present in the gymnosperms. In this diagram, you can see the structure of the wood of an angiosperm that can clearly show the hardwood, the sapwood, and it also showing the annual rings, ray fiber, vessels, cambium and the sieve tubes and the core cambium. So this is the structure of the wood of the angiosperm. In some species, for example maple, cherry and yellow poplar trees, the pores are evenly distributed across the early wood as well as in the late wood. But some domestic diffuse porous woods have relatively small diameter pores, but some tropical woods of this type have the larger pores, for example in mahogany tree. In this diagram, I am showing you the transverse section of the ash or the fraxinus tree with ring porous wood. In this diagram, the arrow marks the boundary between the late wood of one year and the early wood of the subsequent year. So we can clearly see the late wood and the early wood in this diagram. The white vessels are in the early wood. It is noticed that after the vascular cambium produced the wide early wood vessels, it produced a large amount of fibers and a few narrow vessels. So the vessels are wider in the early wood, but the vessels are narrower in the late wood. In this diagram, you can see the transverse section of the Pyrus species with diffuse porous wood. The vascular cambium undergoes no dramatic change throughout the entire growth season, producing only a few less vessels just before it becomes dormant. All vessels have about the same diameter. So we can clearly see that in the diffuse porous wood, all vessels have the same diameter throughout the season. Let's define the heartwood and sapwood. Anatomically, we can say that wood is also called the secondary xylem, as I have told earlier. As the tree becomes older, many constant changes occur in the wood. The inner part of the wood of the tree becomes dark or brown in color. It becomes hard and durable. The xylem in the central region is called the heartwood or the duramen. So we can say that the central part of the wood is called the heartwood or the duramen. It is darker in color or dark brown in color. What is the function of the heartwood? It does not take part to conduct water but gives only mechanical support. So it means that hardwood does not play any role in conduction, but it provides the mechanical support to the trees. It is called the hardwood. It contains tannins, gums, resins and essential oils. Why hardwood is darker in color? Due to the accumulation of many aromatic substances, pigments and tannins, hardwood become darker in color. The hardwood show more resistance to insect or fungal attack due to its durability and tough nature as compared to the softwood or the sapwood. What is sapwood? The outer part of the wood is lighter colored and it is called sapwood or alburnum. It takes part in the conduction of water from root to the leaf. It also provides the mechanical support, but it also provides conduction of water from roots to the leaf. Similarities between sapwood and the heartwood. Number 1. Both formed after the secondary growth and are composed of secondary xylem. Number 2. Both are derived from the vascular cambium. Number 3. Both provide mechanical support to the trees. Let's talk about difference between heartwood and sapwood. Number 1. Heartwoods occur in the central portion of an old stem, while sapwood occurs in the peripheral or the outer portion of an old stem. Number 2. Cells of the hardwoods are comparatively older, while cells of the sapwood are comparatively younger. Hardwood is also called duramen, while the sapwood is also called as alburnum. Number 4. Hardwood is darker in color, while the sapwood is light in color. Number 5. It is the dead and non-functional part of the secondary xylem. That is why it does not take part in conduction of water. It only provides the mechanical support to the plants, while sapwood is the living and the functional part of the secondary xylem. The lumens of vessels and tracheids of the hardwood are plugged due to tylosis formation. So there is the tylosis formation in the hardwood. But in the sapwood, vessels and tracheids are not plugged. No tylosis formation takes place. Hardwood stores many ergastic substances such as resins and the tannins. But the sapwood, there is no storage of ergastic substances. Number 8. Hardwood is heavier while the sapwood is lighter in weight because there are ergastic substances that are present in the hardwood. Hardwood is durable wood while the sapwood is not durable wood. Number 10. Hardwood is suitable for making furniture while sapwood is not suitable for making furniture. Number 11. Hardwood is resistant to the insect and fungal attacks, but sapwood is susceptible to insect and fungal attacks. Uses of hardwood or the hardwood. Hardwoods are more likely to be found in high quality furnitures, decks, flooring and construction that needs to last. Example of hardwood trees include alder, balsa, beech, hickory, mahogany, maple, oak, teak and walnut. Uses of softwood. About 80% of all the timber comes from softwood. Softwoods have a wide range of application and are found in building components, for example windows, doors, furniture, medium density fiber boards, paper, Christmas trees and much more. Example of softwood trees are cedar, fir, juniper, pine, redwood, spruce and yew. Composition of hardwood and softwood. It composed of cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin and the extractive. Hardwood have about 42% cellulose while the softwood have 45% cellulose. Hemicellulose is about 27% in the hardwood while 30% in the softwood. Lignin are about 28% in the hardwood and about 20% in the softwood. Extractives are 3% in the hardwood and the 5% in the softwood. Annual rings. Each year the tree forms new cells arranged in concentric circles called the annual rings or annual growth rings. These annual rings show the amount of wood produced during one growing season. From these rings we can determine the age of a tree, and this is called the dendrology. For example, in the diagram you can see the first year growth, rainy season, dry season, scar from the forest fire, spring or early summer growth and the late summer growth or the fall growth. So there is a clear difference between the spring or the early growth that is lighter in color while the late summer or the fall growth is darker in color. So these are showing the growing pattern of the tree and also the different seasons. In spring season, at first the cambium produces numerous large cells with thin walls that form the spring or the early wood. So the wood produced during the spring season is called the spring wood or the early wood and have the thin walls. If you look at a cross section of a tree, this is the light colored ring. Then, towards the end of the summer season, growth slows down. The cells manufactured at this time of the year are small with thick walls. They form the summer wood or the late wood, which appears as a darker ring on the tree cross section. So, the spring wood or the early wood produced during the spring season, while the summer wood or the late wood produced at the end of the summer season. And these summer wood have thick walls while the spring wood have the thin walls. 1 year of the growth is therefore represented by a ring consisting of a light part and a dark part. The darker wood is not formed in winter as some people believe because the cambium is completely inactive in the winter. So there is no growth during the winter season because the cambium is completely inactive. The following year a new two-part ring is added. The older rings are closest to the center of the tree. The tree grows in diameter because it manufactures new cells around its circumference, not because the old cells get larger. The old annual rings form the hardwood of inactive cells. This is the dead part of the trees. The live portion includes only the most recent rings. Depending on the tree's age and species, this portion is 1.5 to 7.5 cm wide. The dead wood is the largest part of the tree. Often it takes on a darker color. So, in the end, let me conclude the lecture. In this lecture, I have defined what is wood. I have told you about the different types of wood like hardwood and the sapwood, hardwood and the softwood, spring wood and the summer wood, and the difference between the hardwood and the softwood. And you can see the web link here. From here you can take the material that I have used during my slides preparation. Thank you very much.